love it when I turn up the bass.
And we should be live, babes.
Hello. Are we?
Hello.
Indeed we are.
We're live, D.
Apparently
Hello.
Hello.
so. Right. Yeah, we're all good.
Well, I'd like to personally extend a warm welcome to Taff, who's joined. He's captain of the chat on a Wednesday night, and he's joined us.
Lads.
Hey,
Mm.
Good evening. Well, I think that's what he said.
Subtitles at the bottom at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to add subtitles onto this now, and more work to do, man. Never mind. Yeah,
Tiffany.
we're gonna bury the hatchet, or maybe, and not mention the quiz night on here, and move along swiftly.
All the cheating, you mean? We're not going to mention that either.
No cheating.
No.
Accent off.
No. Or the copying somebody else's answers, which I noticed at the back.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yes, Free State.
Oh, yeah, it was me. It was definitely me. It was you copying Tiff, but never mind. We're not mentioning this.
It just takes longer for the internet to get to him.
Oh, yeah. So this stream, new stuff, because basically couldn't think of everything to encapsulate all the different bollocks that's going on in the world at the minute.
There's so much.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
It's just madness. But each and everybody's got something, I think, to throw in the pot, haven't they?
Well, the home fires are burning in France, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Them are kicking off
You
well
see that
over there.
restaurant where they're all sitting there and eating, and it's just fucking flames all
Yeah.
around them.
It reminds me of that meme. Reminds me of that meme where the little dog is sitting in the cafe that's burning down, and he says, "It's all fine."
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant, that one.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so it's going well over there because of the pension age, and they're trying to raise the pension age in line with us, is it?
I don't think it's.
Well,
I don't think it's.
still behind us.
Yeah, I don't think it's as high as ours. Yeah.
No, it isn't.
65 is it they fight then?
Yeah, and
What
they're not
do you want to do?
raising it to as high as ours either.
No. 64,
don't you?
isn't it?
I think 64 rings a bell. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they raised it by 2 years, or one to raise it by 2 years from 62 to 64.
I mean, that's a bit of a piss take, though, isn't it? The French are fucking kicking off this bad because they've got to fucking do an extra couple of years, and they still don't have to work as long as we do.
Yeah, we took it with a stiff upper lip.
Well, you know the way it is in this country. It's a simple case of, oh no, let's impose a new law. Everybody gets pissed off. They all stand in the queue and moan about it. But that's about it.
I think that it's a bit more than that, though, isn't it? I think that it's not just the fact that that one thing has happened. It's a combination of other things: the Gilets Jaunes, the surge of Marine Le Pen, the overreach of the EU, because France and Germany as a collective are getting pissed off with the EU and their sanctions, etc., etc. Poland as well. But I think more importantly was the disregard of the will of the people on this matter by forcing it through with the 94? What was the bill that he triggered? The article that he triggered? 94.3? 49.3? Whatever it was.
Well,
And
go on, sorry, man.
that was called the nuclear option. And it just proved even more the corruption within the government.
Well, you-
Also,
Well,
he
he
just
can't
tagged
get
it
behind the
on another
back,
bill.
didn't he? Sorry, Tom.
You know how Macron's seems to be an absolute cunt anyway. Fucking, he seems to be having an issue with Germany over this climate, 2035 agenda of no more combustion engines. Them are having a bit of a to do. But you was mentioning there, as there was pushing through laws and stuff, which, you know, this is all just getting put into a melting pot, but you're on about pushing through laws and that. I read the fact that Brussels have pushed through 460 laws to do with Ireland that they're telling us that we've got to swallow because they say so. And the fact that there isn't even a transcript to the meeting. It was done behind closed doors, nobody knew about it, and it's just like, here's 460 laws, like that.
Well, you see, again, that,
One,
That's all I had to say.
one fucks.
I think that that's a gift to the Ramonas, isn't it? And you see, we've lost our seat at the table. We would have been able to negotiate with them, but because of you thick cunts, this is where we are. No, it's not because of us thick cunts, it's because of cunts like you frustrating the democratic will of the people.
Well, it comes down to a fucking simple principle, doesn't it? There is no sovereignty in Ireland other than the sovereignty that it gets from the UK. Right? There is definitely no sovereignty between Brussels and Ireland at all. So how the fuck Brussels can impose sovereign laws upon a non-sovereign country is perplexing. You know, how is this even a thing? It's like us turning around and going to America, right, then we just made up 500 laws and we're just going to...
There you go.
You know what I mean? You'll eat
There
that.
you go.
And by the way,
Yeah.
one of the laws is we get to take all your gold out of Fort Knox, ta-ra.
Globalist laws.
I mean, but this is the shit that's happening. People are just passing fucking laws, apparently, and telling other countries now that they've got to just accept them.
And doing it unilaterally, by themselves, on their own. Nobody asked.
Well, not even recording the meeting. No transcript of the meeting even took place. I don't even know if they know who was at the fucking meeting.
World Economic Forum.
Bill Gates.
Well, you know, if
Yeah.
you know, if it's come out of Brussels, it wasn't an MP. You know, it was a fucking director, CEO, or some business fucking bloke that fucking was in that meeting.
With ties to every corporate business in town.
Well, I mean, once you've seen democracy doesn't exist, and it's getting this blatant, where do you go?
Well, if democracy doesn't exist, then no laws apply.
I was only saying to somebody else, again, repeating myself today, you're still falling for the trap that Tories are bad and Labour are good. Both of them are equally as disastrous for this country.
Yep.
Of
And
course.
unfortunately, Reform UK with Richard Tice at the head, it does seem to be the only option because that it seemed to be the only party that's going to field a candidate in every constituency. However, Richard Tice is a wanker. He's an absolute dick.
He's better than the rest, right?
This is bad. My internet has gone down.
No, it's my internet, dude. It's at it again.
Oh, ooh, bugger.
Fucking the wait until I start.
Oh,
Yeah, keeps on dropping in and dropping out. I'm gonna end
Yeah.
up losing internet again. Oh,
oh dear.
one of them things. I suppose you could just keep on going until it completely drops out. It's either going to work
Yeah.
or it won't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and if it drops out for a few seconds, then it will come back on, I'm sure.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, K Race just said Tice was doinking as a bloke and stuff. Who apparently, you see, I don't understand all this trouble it's gone over. Because I'm sure she was helping Matt Hancock with his fucking biography, and then all of a sudden she's gone, oh, he's a cunt.
Well,
Is that what's happened?
Well, she actually read the messages that he was sending and thought, yeah, he's a cunt.
well
Right, okay, fair dues to the girl.
I don't know. Hang on, I don't know.
The way I heard it was
No,
she.
I know. Okay, Hancock gave that Oakshott woman access to a WhatsApp group in which there were 100,000 messages. And he gave it to her. He gave her access so that she could write her book.
Yeah.
And she read some of them.
Yeah, and my point being, is she a good girl? When I say I don't know, this stinks. This stinks of a psyop. I cannot accept, because they're all chummy like this. Tice is mates with Hancock, Hancock's mates with Tice, Isabel is mates with Hancock's, they're all hand in glove. No, I cannot believe for 1 second.
All she done was confirm what we all thought anyway. We all
Yeah.
knew that the only thing he was interested in was his career. We all knew that the only thing he was interested in was making money. The decisions that he made against the country fucking damaged it seriously. And we also knew that he'll never be able to account for any of the fucking shit that he's done.
Yeah, but it's more satisfying that it all came out for the rest of the public to see.
Some very serious stuff.
There is that though. But whilst
Yeah,
that was
there is
coming
that.
out, while that
There
was
is
coming
that.
out, what did the bury?
Exactly that. What amendments were passed in the House of Commons?
And that's the thing. Whenever there's a big splash on something, it's because they're burying something else. And you don't find out until it's already done and dusted. And a few months later, they go, oh, and by the way...
Yeah, the online harm safety bill was passed the other day whilst you were arguing about Gary Lineker.
Malcolm mirrors at all points, any.
So what does that mean for us?
Which gets us back to
Never trust a man on the show.
who do you... There isn't an option to vote for. Well, maybe reform, but Tice is part of the establishment. He's part of it. He's pro-jab, he's anti-Andrew Bridgen. And he's got the support of Nigel Farage, who's a cunt. Need I say more?
Yeah, you needn't say more to us.
Well, like I've said many a time, the faces that you see are not the faces that run the country.
Mm.
And the problem is, the faces that you don't see, you can't replace. Because you don't, you know what I mean? Where'd you start? I mean, so no matter who gets in, they'll just take the orders for it's drip fed to them. And when they try to enact any changes or anything else, they'll be told they can't because of some bullshit or other. You know what I mean? So even when you get a politician that gets in there who might have all the fucking goodwill in the world, do good and change something and all the rest of it, they're just faced with brick walls of, no, you can't do that because I've closed this door off because I don't want you climbing this ladder or anybody else climbing it behind me because my mate's going to lose millions. And so on and so forth. So the whole thing's fucking corrupt as fuck. It ain't what you
rotten.
know. It's who you know.
It's not. And it's not working.
Rotten
I mean,
borough.
It just is not working.
You got a drug.
It's clear it's not.
You got
Public services are failing left, right, and centre.
fucking.
Countries being overrun with. It wouldn't matter whether they're legal or illegal. I mean, it matters to me more that that they are illegal as well. But it doesn't really matter. The countries being let's just call them all legal migrants and let's call them all refugees.
Working, haven't they?
Well,
No. That's what I mean. Is it's deliberate from the government and each government to drive down wages, to reduce services for the existing population, and
it's
they
draining the
disgust
country.
me.
I mean, we've already spoke about how
Always
much
lost.
each one of these fucking illegal invaders cost the country. 40 grand a year we're spending on these fuckers, which is 4 times more than you spend on a pensioner, which is a piss take.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter
Fucking-
whether they're black, white, brown. They could be a million from America, and it'd still be just as
It's
wrong.
a simple fact as this. They are illegally entering the fucking country. Right? We don't know who the fuck they are. We don't know what the fuck they're running from. Why they want to be here or fuck all, because they're not doing it properly for a start.
Well, you were right. What you said this week, you literally said, "Hold on a minute, not a German boat came over."
I mean, you can't, because that was it. Sunak was there going, "Now fucking good he's doing with his migrant bullshit," and it's like,
what's it called? The Windsor Framework, is it? Is that or is that Ireland?
Ireland.
All right, sorry.
he's saying how well he's doing, and there's been progress. I'm like, there's no fucking progress. You can't tell me if he wanted to stop them boats, he couldn't have done it tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yeah,
you could
absolutely.
fucking stop
Tomorrow.
every boat from entering this fucking channel.
Absolutely. And I was watching on
Absolutely.
that point. I was watching an interview earlier, and they were interviewing an immigration lawyer, and on one of the news channels, and it was put to him. So, if we do get the plan in place, and we do decide to eject, say, 1 million people, he said, "Well, we simply can't. We can't. The laws aren't in place to do it, and also we do not have the infrastructure. It would take decades and decades and decades to process anything near approaching that number." And it's like, now bear in mind, he's an immigration lawyer that defends immigrants from being deported.
Yeah. So he'll be the one going, "Oh no, we need an appeal after the appeal after appeal after appeal that keeps them in here for decades." Well, here's the thing. You enter the country illegally. Yes, you're out. Done. There ain't no appeal. There ain't no bullshit. There ain't no fuck all. More to the point, why the fuck ain't we got the people in boats monitoring the boats that are coming in? And as soon as they come near, go, "Look, you got two choices. Turn the fuck around and go back. Because if you cross this line, your boat's getting punctured. Your choice. If you want to die, that's your choice. If you want to go back to safety, that's also your choice."
International maritime law, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Well,
Wishful
yeah.
thinking.
Oh, they are in war-torn Paris now,
I
aren't
don't
they?
understand where people's illegal actions that put them at risk of losing their life all of a sudden becomes everybody else's problem.
Oh, I'm with you, dude. I'm
Yeah.
fucking, I'm not arguing against you. I'm just saying that.
If I was to go and rob a gun shop, right, with a knife, and the bloke shot me and killed me, right, who's the fucking dumb cunt here? Me trying to
don't
rob a
forget
fucking
people
gun shop
encouraging
with a
you.
knife, knowing that he's armed to the teeth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the people
It just
encouraging
don't
you
make
as
sense to
well.
me.
Well, look, they're coming across on those boats, but people are making sure that they get across on these boats. And, and I'm talking about people in this
Right.
country making sure they get across. Wasn't it the fact that they get out on the boat and they phone our coppers? We're on our way.
Well, we already know that the boats that have
the
come
French
over and have
Navy.
gone back and been sold.
I'm not paying for the fuckers. They can fuck off.
Go on,
Well,
Wes.
the French Navy contacts Border Force, and then they respond and meet them halfway across.
What, like a taxi service?
Just like a taxi service, yeah.
Exactly.
Those guys that launch from the beach in France are watched by cops. The cops just watch them launch. They don't do bugger all.
And if that's the case, right, how the fuck is it possible for the border force fast to be alerted and for boats to still sink?
I guess it's a busy channel.
Oh,
How many are they alerted to?
Oh, we all know the answer.
but talking about busy channels, right? SK Racing, that's a very good fucking point as well. The fact that these fuckers are coming over, getting into our waters, right, illegally, and then blocking up the 999 services by keep on fucking phoning them, is also another fucking risk and threat to fucking public health in this fucking country directly.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
'Cause-
100%.
I mean, he's saying one boat was found to have rung 999 100 times. So hang on, this cunt's on the phone
Fucking
100 times, blocking up 999 while somebody's fucking dying.
Fucking hell.
But obviously, he's right to stump anybody who's fucking, you know what I mean,
Fucking
needing that.
hell.
Nothing to see here.
I hadn't even considered that.
But, you know, it's
Fucking hell.
there is a lot of pressure that illegal fucking invaders put on the system. All aspects of it.
Times, let's just say it's one person per boat. Let's just say, I'm your captain now. Let's just say it's that geezer.
I'm in charge.
Yeah, I'm in charge. Yeah.
Captain.
Fucking, how many boats per day? Times how many calls? Fuck off.
Yeah, 1,000 calls a day.
Fucking hell.
Well, if you watch Maritime Trek, you'll watch the RNLI go out at about 3, 4 in the morning. All of their boats.
Yeah. So,
Shocking,
That
isn't
was
it?
a really good point. SK Racing
where,
game. That's a
when-
really good point. I hadn't thought of that.
when the Prime Minister's there going, you know, we're doing really good. And then you start looking at the numbers coming in. And you start looking at the Rwanda, that was a fucking joke. What was it, 23 people? In the end. Fucking. And I don't know whether they actually got shipped out or not.
I don't think they actually got. That's what I
No.
was wondering, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like,
I
hang
don't know
on.
if they actually went.
We had 45,000 that year coming. And you was going to ship out to Rwanda 23 people.
In exchange for sending 23 people here,
Yes, yes. And not 23 fit and healthy people.
23 of their refugees.
23 of their infirm.
Mm.
That would be a further burden to the NHS.
Yeah, that's already fucking shit because nobody knows how to run it well, they know how to turn it into a Ponzi scheme. They don't know how to run it fucking as a business that's profitable. They don't know how to do that.
Fucking hell.
There's just no safe for this. No way
Yeah,
politically.
do you know what, Free? I think, sorry, but I think Free hit the nail on the fucking head there. Exactly that. They've worked out the scam. Oh, they've worked that out, no problems. This is what the scam is, but how do we properly implement it? And so that's why they're all left and right, both arguing about it, because there's not enough money in the deal so far. Yeah, you're probably
Opportunists.
fucking right, fella.
Fucking
It's all organised crime, all sorts of stuff.
You're probably right, mate.
And there's nothing more gang than the bloody government we've got. Well, they've stopped everything working. They've stopped supply. They made shortages. Things are now half the quality or quantity that you were getting. You're now paying more for less. They've knocked the packaging down. Which is not a bad thing, but they're knocking the packaging down and the product with it.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen toilet rolls recently?
Yeah.
Now you used to get a toilet roll and it'd make a miniature bong. But nowadays, it's like half its size. They've literally shortened or made small by 45%, I'd say.
Well,
That's just toilet rolls.
apparently now they're doing it without even having the cardboard in the middle. Yeah,
That
apparently.
surprised me.
So they got rid of the cardboard completely. But, I mean, Caldera, I know what you're going to say, man. I know, you know what I mean? I know. But
We all know.
what do you do?
treasonous.
What do you do when you get to that stage? How does it fucking, you know what I mean? You need to,
Withhold your labour. Fracture the country in half and, I don't know, independence.
well, they've made laws against people withholding the labour, aren't they, apparently?
Especially for love.
We want the best for the
Have they?
country. They don't seem to.
Oh, the military can't withhold the labour, can they?
Yeah, but they can fight for your right to get into
Oh,
your heart.
Well, don't join anything you can't get
an
out
old
of.
song.
So what, man? You're just all pondering now. I mean, what is the answer to the quandrum? I mean,
Exactly. I want an answer to how to fix this shit. A positive answer, not something that's going to fail all the time.
They get
Well,
tweaked.
yeah.
If you take the political route, it's always going to fucking fail.
We know that 6 of us round the fucking table in a week could sort out fucking probably 90% of the shit that's going on.
I doubt it, mate. I doubt we'd be able to agree.
But you can just say to the
Yeah,
lawyers
yeah.
and the judges, tough.
You'd agree. You think for the best for this country, then you won't go far wrong. If you're against this country, go fuck yourselves.
That's the thing, any fucking our politicians or the people behind them, right, are not been for this country for a very, very long fucking time. Therefore, the globalist fucking agenda, and with the globalist agenda means it's fucking global, not just you. So you are not a thing anymore, which is why another reason they want to import a load of diversity, because once you have a fucking melting pot of nothing more than fucking people that have no loyalty to anything, then they're easier to fucking say, well, you know, you can control them.
And that's the point.
100%.
There's people now in control of the government. They have nothing whatsoever to do with our history, with our culture, or anything to do with us. They've got no dog in the race. They don't give a fuck about the history of our country.
And not more importantly, but to add to that, those that are there feel guilt because they've been indoctrinated into that.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, self-hatred, white guilt, neutral colour guilt.
there's the cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, I mean, just, fuck off, man. You know what I mean? All that shit can
Yes,
just fuck
it
right
is.
off.
It is just fuck off. It's
Critical race theory,
infuriating.
get fucked. I ain't having it. I am in a
There's
bar.
already so many holes in our boat. What's the point in trying to block the rest of the fucking boats from putting holes in our boat? So to speak. I mean, we've already received that many. What's the point of stopping the rest of them? You might as well just accelerate it.
Oh, no, I don't want to
Yeah,
accelerate it.
We can't do anything because we can't stop it, right? We can't do anything politically to stop them. And we've already received that many of them that we're paying through our arseholes for them, and our lives are going down the fucking drain.
Politically. We'll have to do something politically.
But what do
about
we
it.
do about the
Hang
ones
on,
already here? Yeah, what do we do about them?
Oh,
We've been paying for them for the past what?
We're going to take power first.
oh.
Yeah.
Started off at £5 billion a year that we were spending on them. Now we're looking more like £8 billion a year that we're spending on them.
Billion.
We
Billion
don't just
with a
stick them in
B.
some kind of mine and have them
Yeah.
work it back.
Yeah, which is why I say the cost, each one of these illegal invaders costs us more than you could pay 4 pensioners their yearly fucking salary as what you can pay one of these fucking illegal invaders to cost us,
Yeah.
cover them. It's
So all
ridiculous.
these illegal immigrants, they owe us money because they've been claiming it the entire time of being here.
Yeah.
Without
Nothing's for
putting
free.
anything-
They've been getting it
without
from us,
paying-
so they owe us. So what we're going to do, we've got to do something about them making the money back to us.
without
to
paying
pay us
any
back.
stamp, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing. Oh no, no, no! If they're receiving benefits from the government, a part of that will be taken to pay their stamp.
Maybe not. It all depends on what benefit they get for a start. But I mean, if you want to earn the money back, then it's simple. What we need to do is get them working. And problem is with that is nobody will accept that you put all these people that have illegally invaded your country, put them into a building somewhere and get them to work to pay off the debt that they've incurred, because that would be like prison.
Yeah.
Slavery.
You know what I
wish it
mean?
was a stamp to send them back to their own country.
It's remarkable, right?
Well,
You-
give them a choice. Either piss off back to your own country or you go into this factory and work it off.
Yeah, but here's the fucking ironic thing, right? This is the piss tech, yeah? You break into somebody's house, yeah, and rob their house, yeah? You get sent to prison where you have to work in the prison for fucking pennies. Yeah? You
It's a
break
choice.
into somebody's country, you get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well-
mean? Fucking. And if you was to say, well, I'll tell you what, you broke into the country, what we're going to do is put you in a fucking place where you earn, a pittance to pay back the debt that you've incurred. That's what we do to prisoners every fucking day. Strange, that. Both criminals. But,
Caldera, listen, the stream has gone down, I think. Oh no, he's back.
Is it back?
Which
Right.
4-star hotel would you like to stay in, sir?
Well, Free State would get better fucking Wi-Fi there than at home.
you know.
Free.
Yes, right.
The Americans already do that with their prisoners. Their prisoners work it back by working in the warehouse of the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
we
make
have that
things-
here.
Yeah, we do that here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's saying.
No, we do
that's
that here.
what- Yeah, he's saying about. But you break into a country.
You
And
don't
get
go
paid.
to prison, you get paid.
And you don't have to work for free. You get paid. Back in a mo.
But the thing was, Caldera, right, is, yes, you're right. When, like America, you go to jail, you get put in jail, you do a job, and that pays back into society, yeah? Same as what you do in the
Yeah.
prisons here. You go to work, do your fucking job, make your fucking uniforms, do whatever, and that pays into the prison society, yeah? But these people are criminals and they're in prison. Now, these invaders are now criminals, but if you was to put them, say, into a detention centre where they had to work, like a prison, yeah, it would be a human rights atrocity.
Oh, the middle class would go nuts.
You know what I mean?
It's called a contribution to your upkeep
Fucking-
instead of living off the backs of others.
When I was in jail, you got £4.25 pence a week because you enhanced. Fucking
You were fed and housed at the same time, though.
yeah, but he could have been fucking making the uniforms, doing the fucking laundries, doing, you know what I mean, doing the
Well,
work
they're not
inside the
forced to
prison.
do it, though. It is still a choice in prison to join the work team, right?
Well,
Yes.
they say that, but apparently, what's happening is the governor of the places are saying if you haven't got a job, then you're going to be put onto basic, which means you lose your privilege of TV, you lose any other privileges of rec time and everything else. So it's basically you either work or you literally get fuck all. So yeah, it is voluntary. If you want to spend 23 hours or 24 hours a day in a fucking room with no TV.
So those coming over on the boat, we put them to work straight away, and if they don't want it, they can fuck off. I'd rather just fuck off anyway, to be fair.
Yeah,
Because again,
give them the choice.
illegal immigrants.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for certain.
But the way the country's set up, I don't know if I'm, yeah, the way the country's set up, you can't work legally without a national insurance number. And when you have to be given, don't you, citizenship to be giving an NI number. And so therefore everything starts working. You know, it's
They'll have an immigrant number, right?
oh, I don't know. You tell
They
me.
get IDs when they come over. Yeah, the Home Office issue them an ID so they can tell who's who.
Yeah, this is going on their credit card.
Yeah.
This bloke's 45, but he's already in middle school.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, so that doesn't make sense also with what I was saying, because then if they've not got an NI number, then how's their stamp being paid? Oh, fuck me, I don't know.
If you don't have an
It's
NI
too
number, you
weird.
pay emergency tax.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
Yeah, but we can have it separate to our national insurance system.
He's the last thing to worry about with
Fucking-
bastards.
But what I'm trying to get at is how fucking ironic it all is, right?
mm,
Depending on what criminal you are, depends on how you're treated. I mean, ties back into we're not going to prosecute prosecute fucking climate change activists. Why not? If it's a crime, it's a crime. If these
Domestic
people,
terrorism.
why have these people got more rights to not be in jail than any other criminal?
Because they follow the agenda.
Indeed, and that's what's so disgusting about it. And it wasn't just, even though one of them was, as we said, a tax lawyer, and the other one was disbarred. It's sort of irrelevant. They were joining a group of 100 others, and I doubt they were all disbarred or whatever, of lawyers. And so that's lawyers and barristers coming together saying that they will not prosecute certain, climate change activists. Well, that is not equal. That is not the balance of justice, is it?
Nope.
Or going by the law.
It's just not.
Nothing lawful, is it?
I mean, because with that argument, Fred West would not have had a lawyer, would he?
Because he's just a gardener.
Because anybody in their right mind, knew the case, would know that he was guilty as fuck. But he will be given a defence. So this is a dangerous path.
Oh. I mean, what's the difference between a murderer and a conqueror? The amount of bodies that are left on the field. And that's the only difference.
And as you said, a man at war in his own country has his family with him. A man that goes to war leaves them behind. And we've got all these fighting fit aged men coming out of this country.
Yeah, that proclaim that they're only like 14 so they can go to school.
They'll never assimilate. They're here for one thing, and that's to get as much fucking dosh and free stuff as out of our country that they can. And every British citizen in this country would just looked at like a slab of meat.
Yeah, it's a hell of an opportunity for them, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, thing is, though, you can't really blame them for fucking wanting to fucking take advantage of a golden goose.
Yeah, the land of milk and honey, or Treasure Island, as we're often referred to as.
I mean, if you knew a place that you would literally bend over and let you shaft it fucking stupid, right? You go, that could be a winner, couldn't it? Should we go there? Fucking, hang on, what do I get? I'll get an house, I'll get food, I'll get fucking everything I want. They give me cash, they give me everything I need.
Gym with a swimming pool.
So, I mean, where do I sign up?
100%.
There's not a country in the world where we could go and do this exact same.
No,
Not at all. Which is, was it Hungary? We was on about before. Fucking they turn around and says, we'll allow a mosque to be built in Hungary if you allow one mosque to be one church to be built in Saudi Arabia, is it?
You've got to love her back, aren't you? You're brilliant.
Fair play. If you can't have your religion in, their country, why couldn't they have their religion in yours?
And he looks at his country. I'm jealous.
Yeah, and as you said the other week, he's the same geezer that they tried to do a gotcha moment on in the interview and said, so you do agree that you shouldn't, and you seem proud that you don't have any immigrants. He said, and you seem surprised that I don't sound proud, and why is that? Well, I mean, look at what all the other countries are. I don't give a fuck what all the other countries are doing. I was voted in by the population of my country, and they said no immigration, so I'm carrying out their will. So you're calling all of my country racist?
Yeah.
Fuck off with your BBC agenda. I think was it Mateless, wasn't it?
I ain't too sure.
Yeah, I think it was Mateless that interviewed or tried to get the gotcha.
Yeah, but thing is, it back fucking fired bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As it often fucking does, because the problem is when you know what I mean, come up with, well, I'll here's a fact, right? A bucket can only hold so much water. or anything that you put in it. It can only hold so much, right? After that point, it either spills out or the bucket breaks.
Well, it's
Well,
funny because
You know what I mean? Countries are pretty much the same as a bucket. They'll fucking take so much and then it'll spill over and then fucking shit breaks and shit goes wrong.
well, it's funny with Viktor Orban and the Hungarians because he had to go through an election. I think only last year. And I think all our press was going, "Oh, he's in trouble. He's blah 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 blah." You know, all these sort of right wing views. And all. I think he got 80% or something still.
Yeah. It's a shame he's so close to Russia. I would consider moving there.
Tough.
But I'm just reading the chat, man. Welsh Ripper. Back in the day, it was a crime not to practice your fighting skills once a week, ready to protect the land when needed. The older a law, the more power it holds. Fight
Yeah,
for
used
your
to.
right.
Bloody right, and that's why I think the repealing of being able to shoot a Welshman on Wimbledon Common at 1 o'clock is just awful. We should keep all
Within
of
the
these old
law.
archaic laws in.
Within the walls,
You agree, Taff?
within the walls, within the walls,
Yes.
that still apparently still there. And yes, they used to have every Sunday. They used to have arrow practice, didn't you?
What about bowls of A's in taxis?
Well, I was actually asking the Welshman that's in here.
Yeah, I reckon we should do it. I'll send you a couple of Welsh boys.
You see, he's for it.
Hey? We checked the Welsh demographic first.
Yeah. So we're not xenophobic.
Not at all, boys,
Xenophobic.
not at all.
Yeah.
Against Welsh.
Well, they're fucking Scotland, aren't they?
Celts, aren't we?
We're a
Saxon
bit xenophobic, aren't we?
I don't know. Fucking. What about a xylophone?
Oh,
Xenophobia being the irrational fear of foreign people.
Hmm?
Yes.
He's a foreigner.
Well, as I said, he's Welsh, so he's obviously Scottish.
Fair enough.
Well,
I'll agree with that, then.
France and the
Black
Welsh.
Oh yeah, he's north of the Watford
Whatever.
Gap. Anything
was
up
in-
from there is Scotland.
I was in France in 2016, and
And-
Wales and England
and they're
played
foreign.
each other. And I just forgot what I was going to say.
he was in France, 2006.
And the Welsh and the English were perfectly together. They were slapping each other's backs, having pints together. This is before and after the game.
Imagine.
So, we're all the same. We're British.
Yeah.
Jeff's calling Taffy out. I mean, I don't know if you can see the chat, Taff, but according to
No,
it,
what's he saying?
Jeff's calling you a turncoat, man.
Oh, you're easily bought, aren't you, Taff?
You are, I am.
Fuck. So, what we reckon to Germany fucking not wanting to sign the bill on the 2035 card, combustion
Banging on
engine ban?
ice. Hmm.
Has you got anything?
Well, they've looked at it, haven't they? And looked at it and they said, well, hybrids, electric on its own won't work. Hybrids, with the help of a combustion engine will work a lot better. And they've said the electric's not going to fucking work.
Well, they don't have enough electricity currently, and they want to turn off nuclear generators.
Hmm.
They have like 6 left.
Oh, I think the fact that Germany produces a shit ton of cars and they actually make engines, whereas they don't make cobalt. I think might
Doesn't
have something
anybody
to
else
do with it.
think, though? Doesn't anybody
Very
else
much.
think that this is one of the most basic of questions that a teenager could answer? It's like, well, we haven't got enough electricity, but we're going to go EV anyway on the hope. It is just the fact that we are grown men having this conversation about something that is so ludicrous that our own governments are trying to implement should be driving us more crazy than anything.
California during the summer, they were fucked. They were having rolling blackouts to save power. They was telling people not to charge their EVs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should have
That
kicked
one.
those
It
out.
was now low in the big lakes out there. It was getting that low. It wasn't generating any power.
Yeah, well, for those in charge that's let this happen, should be forced to resign for allowing this thing to happen.
Yeah. Look, what should happen, right, is when these dickheads come up with these fucking ideas, they walk into the room and go, all right, lads, I've got this fucking wicked idea. You know how we fucked the electric companies and we're stopping all nuclear power and everything, yeah? Right? Fucking, oh no, why don't we have fucking electric cars? Yeah? Get rid of all the combustion fucking cars, just have electric. Don't worry about the fact that we can't run them. We can't afford to repair the batteries, replace the batteries, and all that shit down the line. And they're not cost
And forget
effective.
the humanitarian disaster of the cobalt mines in the third world.
Forget all that shit, yeah? Right? But EV cars, what you reckon? And now it was at this point, somebody should have turned around and gone, you fucking sacked, you dozy twat, fuck off. But what actually happened is they went, oh, do I get a carbon neutral fucking Blue Beta badge off that? Yeah, go on then. Fucking sign me up.
Since the carbon neutral Ponzi scheme and the carbon tax credit on the futures market Ponzi scheme that they're all fucking involved in.
I can offset my carbon.
Sorry, Tramp?
As I said when I was a kid, you got presents that batteries not included, and I thought in those days, oh, they'll phase batteries out. Fucking so bad, it's fucking ridiculous. But here we are.
Smaller, bigger, more compact.
It's a fucking joke. I mean, I don't know how the fuck these people can keep a job. I really don't. Because if it was in the real world, where it wasn't the mates of a mate who fucking got them the place in the first instant. In the real world, most of them would have fucking lost limbs because they're that fucking dense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, so if I press this button through the fucking, you know what I mean, through this sliding piece of metal, what would happen? There's a claim.
It's amazing. It's amazing how they can run our country and we not kick them out and replace them. Serious lack of sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like words are violence. Clapping your hands in an audience is violence. You either have to click or wave.
Yeah.
But if you're on the right side of the agenda, going up to a female, blowing a whistle directly into her ear continuously for half an hour, which I can guarantee will cause ear damage, that's not violence at all, because it fits your agenda.
Oh, we're back to the same old fucking chestnut. If the law is not being applied equally in all instances.
There it is.
Yeah, why isn't Prince Harry immediately, as much as I don't want to bring up that cunt because I don't give a fuck, but why hasn't that cunt been barred from America already?
It's already breached the visa
immigration rules.
No,
Yeah.
immigration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why hasn't he been barred?
Because, you know,
Privilege.
Because reasons.
you know, it's one of
He was
them.
a king or something.
No, he has no diplomatic immunity under his sovereignty because he is not the sovereign.
Welcome to the privacy tour.
It's always been since time immemorial. Fucking, if you know somebody who knows somebody, get away with fucking it. It is what it is.
The old thing, isn't it? Not what you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Or maybe his
Yeah.
daddy was a major, not a king.
And these cunts make fucking millions out of it, so they can fuck off when the, you know what I mean? They screw the country up, screw the people over, and then fuck off. And I was watching Fox fucking Tucker Carlson man going on about Fauci, right? And he was like, it was strange because he's got all this like footage of him going to like poor neighbourhoods, and the people in the poor neighbourhoods are there going, "I'm a fuck having that. I ain't having that shit. Why the fuck would I want to have that shit? You just made this up within inside a few fucking months, and now you want to fucking try it on us. Get fucked. And this was what was happening time and time again in the poor areas, right? And took us there going, fucking, it's amazing how the people in the poor areas seem to have more fucking, you know what I mean, wits about them than the people in the upper areas. I'm like, it's simple. And these fuckers don't understand why it's so simple that the people in the poor areas fucking have more sceptical of fucking anything the government does than the people in the rich areas. And the simple reason is the people in the poor areas have been fucked by the government more and know that they're cons. Where the people in the middle class and upper class, they just pay the tax. They very rarely get fucked with by the government. You know what I mean? It's just living normal fucking NPC life.
They might be rich and they might be educated, but they're still stupid people. That's what they are. They're stupid.
Oh, they got fuck all else, have they? It's just get up, go to work, pay your tax, fucking do this, fucking never interact with fucking the filth, never have to interact with, you know, anybody in government because they don't need to, because that's their fucking routine and that's their rota. He pays the bills, it makes them have a Caribbean cruise. They're happy.
Live on the step, educate on the step. Their friends are on the step. Nothing to do with us whatsoever. I'd love to see one of them live in a street for the week. You know, just a normal council estate. I'd love to see it. Like they do those televi. I think it did happen once, didn't it? It was someone was spent a few days or something, but no, you know, it's all fucking sweet and lovely.
Yeah.
Hang on. Go on, Taff. Go on, Taff. Because you tried to speak twice.
Oh, the missus, she watches when rich kids go skint, where rich kids go and live in, you know, council estates and that, and fucking hell.
Yeah,
they can't hack it.
There was an MP that fucking went to live for, I think it was a week, on dole money. And basically, it was pretty much the dunny, but it was nigh on impossible for them because when they first got given the money, they was going, and this is for today. No, that's for the week. You know what I mean? You got like fucking 57 quid for the week. That's what you got to live on. That pays for all your food, your fags, whatever you fucking have. That's what you've got. Like,
and that's what they just spent on a fucking
takeaway
on a Monday.
That cunt was thinking that was his daily fucking wage. So straight away, it was a fucking eye opener to the cons. You know.
Oh, his cooker broke down. How much is that?
Well, there's the thing, Eddie, because that's what, you know, appliances do break. And fucking, the amount of wash machines fucking we've got through is fucking unreal.
They haven't got a clue, have they? They wouldn't even know how much a pint of fucking milk is, for God's sake. Never mind a loaf of bread.
165, the one I get.
They don't live in the real world, so how do we expect them to run our world?
Yeah, they can't. They can't. I think we found that out. They've opened themselves up. We found them out. They are idiots. Stupid people.
Cronies.
Okay. Well, anyway.
So, I don't agree that they are all stupid. I think they're all part of the agenda and they're lining their own pockets and they're doing exactly what they know exactly what they're doing. They're not stupid. Yeah, exactly.
They are stupid if they think they're going to be safe for doing this when everyone finds out.
Of course they're going to be safe. What's happened to Tony Blair?
Nothing.
Yeah.
They go unpunished. They do what they want.
Yeah, of course they're going to be safe.
Hang on.
All this fucking talk has been going on for years, pal.
Hang on, you say what happened to Tony Blair?
Because the powder keg hasn't went boom yet.
I'll tell you what happened to Tony Blair. The cunt that fucking invaded a country illegally in the Middle East become the fucking peace envoy for the Middle East. That's what happened to that cunt. I mean, if that ain't fucking taking the peace.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's like, I fucked him. I created a whole shitstorm with fucking ISIS, apparently.
Fucking strong.
I did all this, but I'll be the peace envoy now.
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum.
Oh dear.
Did you go over there and say, where have I got to kiss it better?
This is what not annoys me, but it's hearing talk of, because I hear it in certain servers all day long, and I've heard it for years now. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
that-
do this. I'm
It's
gonna
not
do
that
that.
people are
And
going
this
to
is
do it.
gonna
They
happen,
will
and that's
eventually
gonna
do it when
happen.
Civil War kicks off.
And nothing happens ever.
No,
All night
never happened.
long.
All night.
it's never going to
All
happen.
right.
All
night
night long.
long.
When
Oh,
law
yeah,
and
that was
society collapses, that's when people go out and do shit. And they won't do it until.
Yeah, but
You
that-
don't need common sense to work that one out.
yeah, but,
We're in a bit of shit because of the elites.
but the thing
and
is, though,
whatever corruption
that-
they're going along with.
boy, we're
Lining
always
their own
kept
pocket.
on a precipice. You've always got to be kept on the precipice because they don't want it to go over the top where people go, fuck this, boomf. They don't want that. They just want to keep you on that fucking edge of where you can't get your head above the fucking water for too long. You know what I mean? You've got to struggle, and there's got to be a reason for it. And that's why there's always been a threat every fucking year on year, since I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every
Mhm.
decade there's a new
Mhm.
one.
Oh,
My stage
climate
is-
fucking bollocks is
the
usually every
FD.
decade, but there's a threat every fucking day of the month, every year. There's a fucking threat. I mean, ISIS done well for them. You know what I mean?
Eggs, cancer, eggs, good. Red wine, cancer, red wine, good. And that's just on a stupidly small scale,
Yeah.
let alone what they do on an international geopolitical scale.
Fucking AIDS, Ebola.
Yeah,
Fucking,
yeah.
you know what I mean? All this shit. Fucking, you know, the Cold War. I mean, that they done fucking really well out the Cold War. How long did that fucking threat last? You know what I mean? Fucking,
So they got an alcoholic in charge of Russia.
30 years.
you know, there hasn't not been a fucking threat. And that's the thing, you got to be kept on that fucking knife edge
Yeah.
where
We've had
just
ice
balance.
ages. We've had global warming. We've had CFCs. We've had it
Carbon
all.
through a
Every
carpet.
decade, it's a new one.
Ice caps.
Yeah, ice age. And then we got global warming, like we're burning. Now we got high carbon, and we had CFCs, and it's
Sure.
just one after. I'm sorry, all you elites, but we found you out. We
Man,
know what
okay.
fucking criminal, corrupt bastards you really are, and we
Yeah.
find that you've got no loyalty to any country whatsoever. The only loyalty you have is to your leather fucking wallet.
Well, you ain't seen a fucking PM walk out without a few fucking mil in the bank, have you?
No.
Well, how many fucking Labour candidates in the 60s were millionaires, and now how many are?
Yeah, well, it's a good fucking swindle, isn't he?
Eh?
Well, even Labour candidates back then could string a fucking sentence together. I mean, look at the state of the cunts now.
Hey, they foot on the pulse of the nation. Fucking hell, I don't even know how much a pint of fucking milk is.
Yeah, but to be fair, Flux, I think you can write some of that off to the cocaine and fucking wine that they have at the fucking, you know, breaking Houses of Parliament, eh?
Well, yeah, I think you may be right. However, I suspect what plays a more important role is that their diversity hires, if I could be delicate in my
Welcome to the House
response.
of Commons. You think someone had thrown the shake and back around, wouldn't you?
All
Well,
over to Liz's after for a party. Come on.
so we're off to Liz's for a party then, sound.
Yep.
And on that
Down the
note,
Naughty Hellfire Club.
And she'll cry if she wants to.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
time's up. We shall catch you on Wednesday for the quiz at 8 o'clock. It should be 8 o'clock. Hopefully. Wednesdays,
It depends whether Chris Tarrant's phoning in sick or not.
yeah, you never know.
Sounds really-
Wednesdays, quiz night, Saturdays, we'll be doing more news on shit and bollocks and depressing cack that you love to hear for some random reason. So,
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah. But before we go, Sadiq Khan is a cunt. That's all I want to
Indeed.
say.
And we've got Discord
He's an
links in description.
Khan's an economic terrorist. That's what I call him.
Very
Right
good.
then. And on that bombshell, economic terrorist bombshell. Get it?
Yeah.
Hey.
We'll see you later.
Come and join us!
They love it when I turn